by massive landmass of water. Even with this gift of nature, Lagos is yet to harness the full potential of its waters for transportation. However, since assuming office, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has shown greater commitment and intensified efforts to improve water transportation in Lagos State by exploring the unlimited potential of the state's waterways. In today's special report on T.H.E.M.E S agenda this week, Tunde Phillips of our News and Current Affairs Department x-rays water transportation under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Popularly referred to as a city of aquatic splendor, Lagos is covered by a huge landmass of water, a city with 1,171 kilometers square sprawls inland from the Gulf of Guinea across Lagos Lagoon. Before now, this landmass of water has been underutilized as many people depend largely on road as the major means of transportation to pursue their social-economic activities. The city is grappling with population issues which usually characterize megacities in the world. On assumption of office in May 2019, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, having realized the need to build upon the efforts of past administrations in the state in making the state's master plan become a reality, came up with a 6-point T.H.E.M.E S agenda in which the first letter T is geared towards traffic management and transportation to advance the integrated intermodal transportation system, which include water transportation. This effort was intensified with the launch of 8 locally made ferries at Badore Ferry Terminal at T.H.E.M.E S this year through the Lagos State Ferry Services LAC Ferry to complement the existing ferries. Governor Sanwo-Olu encouraged a public-private partnership PPP with government to further boost activities on the waterways. These ferries have trackers, free Wi-Fi, charging points, and are comfortable for passengers who put on their life jackets before embarking on any trip as part of safety protocols.
When government, because we want to create an enabling environment where people can do well. Right? We will build this infrastructure, is available, it's for all of us to use. The jetties that were built that are modern, they will take in passengers like this. We're building other ones. And like we said, let us see over the next 1 or 2 years how we can push between 20 to 30% of the people we're moving. Let's push them to water.
The current administration is not resting on its oars as it continues to find lasting solutions to the gridlock currently experienced in the state. This is significant as the state governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at every opportunity reiterates this and as well encourages residents to patronize other modes of transportation, most especially the waterways. In line with this, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM also recently expanded its scope of operations to accommodate provision of traffic information on the waterways. This is done through reporters who give live reports from the various jetties and terminals across the state. It will be of interest to know that these ferries are named after some prominent people in the state, places, and notable slogans as well. These include Bola Tinubu, Babatunde Fashola, Lateef Jakonde, Itesiwaju Eko, Igbega Eko, Ejinrin, Ipakodo, Oba Akiolu, Akran, Anyogbore, Mobolaji Johnson, Eko Akete, Sangbeto, Alausa, Adamorisha. The ferries also ply routes like Ikorodu to Falomo, Ikorodu to Ebutero and Marina, Ebutero to Ijegwegba, Apapa and Marina. Others are Bayeku to Okeranla and Falomo, Mile 2 to Marina, Badore to Ijede. Presently, the government has identified 30 commercial routes on the state waters for dredging and channelization, while 10 jetties spread across the state were being constructed among other ongoing plans for the sector. Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Frederick Oladende, explains more on the intermodal transport system of the Lagos State government, which is targeted at making lives comfortable for Lagosians.
I want to encourage you to fall in line with the government's agenda and to support what we're doing today. Over the next couple of years, Lagos State will boast of a multimodal public transport that will give people options so that you will not be captive to one mode and then we can free the road.
The Lagos State Ferry Service LAC Ferry has also embarked on a series of sensitization programs for residents. Recently at Igbogbo Bayeku, Okeranla in Ikorodu, and Badore Aja, on the commencement of ferry operations in the areas. At the stakeholders meeting held at the riverine communities, Lak Ferry Managing Director Ladi Balogun explained that the sensitization followed the approval of more routes on the waterways and the provision of additional boats by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and urged local boat operators to get certification from the Lagos State Waterways Authority. The commencement of commercial ferry operations in these areas has decongested the roads in line with intermodal transport plan of the state government and will also open up the areas to socio-economic development. Recently, Balogun confirmed that the number of people using the waterways has increased as Lak Ferry now commutes 800 to 1,000 passengers per day, and as of July 2020, about 800,000 persons have commuted using the waterways, which amounts to 100% increase, unlike before, when Lak Ferry was commuting between 80 and 100 passengers per day.
Mr. Governor graciously approved the usage of the Bayeku jetty for Lak Ferry through Laswa. So we're going to be flying from Bayeku SCD, Ikorodu local government, and that means we are expanding our route from Bayeku to the people of Langbasa and Okeranla in Itosa local government, and our ultimate destination is Badore. Bayeku to Badore is a triangular movement, and we're talking about 13-minute journey. 13-minute journey. You know, from Maitu, you can actually go to Ojo, you can actually go to Badagry, you can actually go to Liverpool in Apapa or Tinker Island in Apapa, and you can actually move to CMS or Ibutero. So we dedicated about 2 boats for that area, MV Akran and MV Latif Jakonde. Those 2 boats ply from the initiated trip from Maitu onward Ojo, Badagry, or Liverpool, Apapa, Tinker, Apapa, then CMS Marina.
The Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, is a regulatory agency for all movements on the waterways, also ensuring the provision of enabling infrastructure as well as coordinating and managing the reforms necessary for the long-term growth and development of water transportation in the state. Lagos State government, through LASWA, has distributed over 10,000 life jackets to boat operators and communities to boost safety in water transport since its existence in 2008. The state government has also put in place several projects to assist the waterways transportation system since LASWA came on board in 2008. The jetties and terminals have several facilities such as floor spaces, car parks, bus parks, park and ride, field dump, slipway, retail outlets, and disability access, while the Jegun-Egba and Ebutero jetties also have water treatment plants. LASWA's General Manager Damilola Emmanuel said arrangements have been put in place to accommodate the upsurge in the number of passengers, most especially with the partial closure of the third mainland bridge. Emmanuel said LASWA is collaborating with LASEMA, Marine Police, and other stakeholders to be able to handle emergencies that may occur, just as the LASWA patrol team will be monitoring the activities on the waterways. According to the General Manager, the safety of passengers on the waterways is top priority, as he reads out that any operator not following the laid-down safety measures put in place will be sanctioned.
Looking at those jetties, we're saying, okay, what are the things required for those jetties to intake more passengers and more operators? So if it's in terms of the infrastructure itself, for example, the Ilaje jetty the pontoon has just been increased to be able to take multiple boats at the same time berthing. Another thing we've been able to also do is, now the current boat operators who are there, how can they increase their current scheduling? How can they increase their morning trips and also their afternoon trips when it's peak period? How can they increase their trips? And for those who have extra boats, how can they deploy their extra boats as well? We've also been able to work towards that. And also, of course, a critical point is safety and security, where we're working in collaboration with LASEMA and also Safety Commission to ensure that we have safety personnel both on the water and even on land as well, to be able to respond in times of emergencies.
Emmanuel said LASWA is set to conduct its quarterly inspection of the boats on the waterways to be able to guarantee which ferry will be able to move on the waterways to ensure safety of passengers. Some of the passengers plying the waterways commended the state government for these efforts.
The waterway is very okay, and it's good. I say that is that everybody should be keeping aim of ourselves soap by using nose mask and washing your hands constantly.
Yeah, my experience so far for the past 4 years is not bad. It's cool. And so far so good for the past 4 years I've been dealing with them. It's cool.
It's more convenient in terms of distance. It's shorter. I can easily get home, so I prefer going on water with. And of course, it helps me a lot, whether in the morning or in the evening. I've gotten that against phobia for traveling on water, so I think it's the best for me anytime, anywhere.
I think I've started going through water since 5 years now, and I've enjoyed the saving of my time. Being a married woman, I want to rush home and go and cook for the children. So within 25 minutes, I'm at Ebute, carrying my car, buying my things. I'll still take my time, buy something in the market, and get to very early.
Today, many megacities of the world depend on more than one mode of transportation, and Lagos is no exception. Therefore, the need to exploit alternative means of transportation mode cannot be overemphasized, given the growing population of Lagos. One of such other alternatives being exploited by the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu with passion is water transportation. Lagosians need not fear to embrace it and complement government's efforts in developing water transportation in the state. And that's it on a special report on T.H.E.M.E S agenda this week, which examined water transportation under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You can interact with us on all our social media platforms. Twitter at Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel Traffic Radio 961. I am Abiola Fagbolagun.
Don't you think it is better to get the updates fast and undiluted from a trusted and reliable source than to hear it from just any other station? Get the authentic traffic report from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.